Hey, this is Chris Berry with Castle Wealth Group. Today we're going to talk about estate planning with safety deposit boxes. And if you like this information, please make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Christopher Berry is a leading estate attorney and advisor in the area of retirement and legacy planning. He has been featured in publications such as Forbes, Kiplinger's, Crain's Detroit, and more. He's the host of the weekly radio show and podcast, The Chris Berry Show. He's a national thought leader as it relates to retirement and legacy planning, and has authored the Amazon best-selling book, The Caregiver's Legal Guide.
One of the questions a lot of clients often ask as we go about funding the trust and going through the estate planning process is A, where to store that estate plan, and then B, a lot of times safety deposit boxes come up in the conversation. They ask, what should we do with those? So where to store that estate plan? Typically, I actually don't recommend the safety deposit box at bank. I recommend a fireproof safe. That way you can always get access to the documents whenever you want versus having to worry about banking hours, that type of thing. And also, sometimes the portfolio is kind of big, and depending on the size of the safety deposit box, it just might not fit physically. So I'm not a big fan of using the safety deposit box as a place to store those original estate planning documents. Much prefer a fireproof safe at home or just wherever you keep your important documents, because typically when we're working with our clients, we're making electronic copies of everything. God forbid everything got lost in a fire. Those copies could be admitted to court, so that would work. Now, what to do with safety deposit box? A lot of times people store their valuables there, and I think this is becoming less of a thing than it used to be, but it certainly was a thing, especially earlier in my career. Almost everyone had a safety deposit box. Now, I guess fewer and fewer people do. But one of the concerns is, God forbid you pass away, who's going to get access to that safety deposit box? So that's where it's important to work with the bank. And this is one of the few areas where maybe having someone joint, maybe one of the kids, so they can go in and get direct access to that safety deposit box if something were to happen to you, may make sense. You just don't want to run into any hurdles, or you don't want your loved ones to run into any hurdles if something were to happen to you. And that's actually one of the big reasons why I'm not a huge fan of the safety deposit box as a place to store your estate planning documents, because God forbid something happens and someone needs to get access to the originals. Now you're working on banking time versus just being able to take care of everything. So safety deposit boxes, if you do have one, make sure that you've appointed someone to be able to get access to it if something were to happen to you, whether you name them joint or you just work out something at the bank. But I wouldn't recommend that as the location to store your estate planning documents. So hopefully this has been helpful. This has been Chris Berry with Castle Wealth Group. If you like this information, please make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Take care.
Castle Wealth Group has clients across the nation and helps families plan, protect, and preserve what is important by creating a retirement and legacy blueprint.